Good afternoon, everybody. Sorry, I was quiet there for a second. I'm trying to get my phone, I'm trying to still get that best angle. But the problem is, if I leave it that way, Pika usually jumps up there, knocks the camera. So I'm always trying to fiddle to find it. Now, yesterday, you noticed I uploaded 2 videos. One was a haul and one was a video I did before I went away and forgot to upload. I had made another video, but I didn't turn on record. I thought I did. I was positive I did. So anyways, and today I kept thinking, what can I do? I'm trying to get back in the flow. So I thought, you know what? I'm just going to create whatever. It's just kind of a craft along with me. I got this pile of nonsense still hanging around, and I'm making more piles of stuff. I grabbed I did more fussy cutting, so I haven't been able to sort them yet. I just kept that close by in case I want to go into that. So I'm going to do whatever kind of goes, and I'm going to see what I can create in this time. Could be tags, it could be, I don't know what it'll be. I'm just going with, and I had this, excuse me, I tell you, every time I turn on the thing, like, I don't even know what's all in here. There's a tea-dyed envelope, so I'm just going to pick up some things and go from there. I don't know where to put this to work on it, because I've got, you know what I should do? This journal can move because I'm not working on the Get Your Chic on. I'm going to try to do another video of that. I better put that away from the kitty's water, and I'll move that pile here. Brought my stapler, and I'm so lost without my fussy cut scissors. Now, those are my Get My Chic on, but I'm going to leave them to the back. And then these are some random tags. I thought I would just show you these. Now, I'm thinking about selling some tags, ready-made tags and journal cards. I had this all in a big folder and it never sold. So I thought, well, maybe I'd take it apart. So these are just kind of some random tags I worked on. I love how this one turned out. It's very different for me, being nature and yellows. This was just some texture paste, and I put some color in it and stenciled it. Same here. I love the look of it. And then I tied a big bow on it that I got to kind of fix up a bit. It got kind of squished. And then I just tied, I'm just showing you so you can see some different ways. Like, we always think tags all have to be this shape, but this is just a straight tag, and I just did that on it, and I put a really big bow on it, because, in the top of a journal, let me grab it because I only got one really close by, but this does look nice sometimes when you're sitting it on a shelf, and you got this big, because this one I would put it to the top where the bow was sitting. Oh, see, this is something I was supposed to make for that journal, and it keeps falling apart. How pretty that would look, even on the front where it's staking out. So, might end up in there. Just might end up in there. Let's see if we put it in this pocket. We'd have to put it up pretty high. We'll have to play with it. But I just wanted to show you some different ways you can make some tags before we jump into it. Thinking outside of the box is what I'm trying to do lately. Using different types of things other than just lace. This one, I did the tag, and then I glued some lace right onto the tag, and then more lace, so I kind of overlaid. I was playing with textures, and it was kind of my sample kind of thing. And then I put a cluster on, a fabric lace cluster. Then I put this button I had, because it has a big back. And then just so that, just to add a little fluff to it, I kind of tied this on, just so that it had some more texture to it, and it also looked nice on the back instead of the big button hole. And then I pulled some of the lace right over to there, so it's just some things. Like, this was a random piece of lace I had. That was all I had of it. The only problem is this part, so I'm still not sure about how that is. But again, I just collaged it, and this was some texture paste I just put on a bit of a book page and create it, and I like it the way it is. I mean, if you wanted to add more to it, you could, but sometimes simplicity is just really simple. This one is just, I took a vanilla file thing and I made it like a little bit wider, and I liked how, and this is just a stamp I put on it with some graph paper, a little lace and a little bow, and I think it looks really cute. I don't have much of this, but I need to get some more. Again, this one is a tag, and I did a collage, and then I just added this piece like this, and then I put a fussy cut flower on it. If I wanted to, you could even put another little butterfly on it if you wanted to. And then I made this cluster with a button, and I used it as the tab. So there's some, like, I just wanted to show you some ways also that sometimes we can think outside of the box when we're making our tags. Sometimes we get in a rut where everything is, where is that one? Now I lost it. You know, the typical tags that you see. But, you know, use your imagination. Just try things sometimes. If it doesn't turn out, it doesn't turn out. You know, I'm just seeing what else is kind of thrown in this box. A box I need to kind of maybe clean up a bit. See, I have that random tag in there. And then, so I got to go through this box and organize it. This is another kind of journal card or tag, whatever you want to call it, because I left it square. And again, I just paper on the back, did a little fray, a picture, and then I put, this was a piece of ribbon scrap I had, so I kind of, where I could put the hole, and I didn't do a big hole, I just poked a little hole through, and just did something different, trying different ways of, like this one will just go in my tag box, and when I decide to use it in a journal, which I've got to get, you know, and then this is just a piece of paper scrap, and I just did a little flip up, you know, so, you know, just kind of see what you can, this is just a little journal card that I made. So, you know, like, I like doing different tags now like this. It's just a piece of music paper folded in half. I put a piece of paper bag on the back so you could write on it, an image, a cluster with a, you know, punched out heart and flower and a little bit of lace on it, a little bit of lace there, and I left it that way. You know, it's not super hard. So when we're doing things, like, nothing says it has to be your standard tag. I have a bunch here that I'm gonna, maybe we might work on some. I did two things. I did one, I've got stuff all over. I got to get all my stuff organized and like projects I need to finish. Again, it's a simple journal card. I'm just going to put it in my journal cards. And when I need something in greens, I can just pull it out, right? I'm just going to put that in the basket. So I did some of these. I did two different things. One, this is just a piece of, on the other side was white. I just folded it in half, and I'm going to use that as a tag exactly like it is. And I'm probably going to leave the bottom rough like that. Same here. I took a piece of calligraphy paper. I folded it in half. I'm going to turn it into a tag. So it doesn't always, see, look at, I got things that we can finish up here. Scraps. Look at more. Well, this was a Christmas one, but I didn't like how it printed, so I'm going to cover it over. Oh, this is just a book page that I'll put in a journal. Again, I took a book page. You can, well, I think what I meant to do is this is to go in my papers to make a journal. So I'm going to leave those together. Then I did, I'm trying to remember who I was watching. Again, a piece of scrap paper. I'll have to trim that up, or I'll just ink it up, or collage another piece of paper on there. And I'm going to use it as a tag. And it's a good way, maybe have some larger scraps. Like, I'm overwhelmed in scraps, so I might do a lot of these up and just have them in a little box. And then this is, I took dictionary pages and I took scraps. and I collaged on them, and just very basic. And so then you can add more to it. That kind of tore. It's very thin, but if I just, this could be my writing side if I wanted to. So over this dictionary page, I might put a little bit more writing paper like this, because you could still write on this. And then I might collage with paper on the back. So I made a few of these using up scraps. These are nice just to keep on hand like this, you know, and have them sitting there. And when you're making something, you might need to make something really quick, grab it out. So you can leave them like that. I'm going to put them to the side. Maybe I'll do one to kind of show you. Let's take, where is that one? Let's take this one. Ooh, things are flying everywhere, everywhere. Oh, sorry, I'm singing. Sometimes I do that. I sing things because I'm silly like that. That's my get your chic on. Let me put that up there. But this is all my get chic scraps. Oh, I have to really find a different chair. This chair is so uncomfortable. It's just unbelievable how uncomfortable it is. I'm trying to find a place to put that box. This one. So like, that's just some stuff I've got to finish up. See, I've got these baskets of all this work I need to finish up. Pockets and different things, my index cards that I do. This is some of that embossing, and I'm going to do some more of that. I got some beautiful stencils in. And so, and I sometimes use those in tags, and then I do some of, this is from, I don't know who started this. I got it from 507 Willow House, and I think she got hers from Twisted Paper. Mine are a little bit darker because I'm still learning it. So, and then this one is just, I took a stencil and very thin paint, thinned it out to see how it turned out. So sometimes just play around with what you have and see what you can create. It is a lot of fun just to create. I'm just trying to find a piece of blank. Well, I have lots of scraps. That's what I'm saying. I need to get these piles done, and I need to get my scraps cleaned up. I need to make some master boards, and because I'm just overwhelmed with scraps right now. Really they're taking up so much space, and I just keep making more. So I'm going to really use this. I don't know if this one will be thick enough. I'm just going to see. Not quite. And I want it thick, so I'm thinking June. I might just throw on the video and do some crafting, but I really want to try to plan out my videos for YouTube, and how I'm going to do it. And I would love some ideas what you would like me to see to do. Do you want me to show you tags? Do you want me to show you pockets? Do you like craft along more than you like more structural? But I kind of do both when I'm doing mine. I have lots of these thin, but nothing, I want it a little bit thicker. You know, I'm learning these YouTube, and I enjoy it. I really, really, that might look nice. Let's try that. But this is good for a little scrappy pad, so we're not going to use that. Didn't I have a scrappy pad, little narrow scrappy pad happening here? Yes, I did. Here it is. So we're going to put that with that. And sometimes I'll do this. We might make a couple of these as we're going. These scrappy pads. I love them. Depends on who you think. Everybody has different names for them. And so many different creators do them different ways. And I've learned lots of different ways from different YouTube creators. 507 calls them, Leslie calls them tete daz or something like that. It's really unique. do I want to put some pink in there or keep it neutral? Then I would have, just trying to, I might just use that just so that I can be done with it. It's not quite. If it was just a little thicker, might go with that pink just because it's the right size. Just because. Oh, let's do that. Let's do that. Even though we have a piece of paper there, I'm still going to put it because I just want to. Plop. And I'm going to use this kind of as my writing side that they can write on. If that's what they decide they want to do. If I put it in a journal or if I sell them. I don't know yet. I'm still trying to learn my store and what people are looking for to buy. I've been doing really well with my fussy cuts. I'm doing, right now I'm working on some paper packs, but I'm going to do them by colors. And there'll be like dyed paper, graph paper, but in color. Right now I'm working on the pinks. There might be one or two floral in it. So I'm working on that, and I want to do a bunch of them up before I start selling. And I was late getting orders out, so I want to let people start getting their orders because I don't want anybody to think that I am cheating them. It just happens I left it for someone to do for me before I ran out the door because I was sick, and then my trip came up suddenly, and you know how things go. So, and I've come back with kind of a let's go, let's do an energy, but I'm still at the same time, I have so much going on in my brain, I don't know where to start first, and it's kind of the same with the creativity part. As you can tell, I'm just rambling. I'm going. So, let's cover the front. I'm jumping into this pile here. Maybe put the stapler on this side so you can see kind of, I'm seeing what's in here. It's got to be kind of something long, and I'm trying to keep it kind of neutral. Maybe this doesn't, maybe this one, that might work. There's that. See, that's a good, oh, that's good for a scrappy pad. But if I add that, I've got to think of the colors that I can put in that. So let's see, what's this? Just pulling out some papers and going from there. See what we can coordinate together in this. That's very different. And see, like I have these things that are tags that are from kits, so I want to, those are easy. I just need to cut them out and back them. Okay, I think I hit bottom there. Okay, so let's do that for now. Let's see what we can make work out of this. This I printed, but why didn't I use this? Because I don't think I liked the people sideways, so then I thought, oh, they can be used in different things. So now I'm just thinking, is there anything green enough? It's more natural. Go back to this. This one's tricky because it's very much its own. So I'm just thinking, that's a clash. Just pattern through these other box of scraps, see? This is really small pieces, so I might not have a lot of choices in here. Boy, I got the yawns all of a sudden. I'm very sleepy lately. very, very sleepy lately, and I don't know why. Could use that. Could use that. So I'm just pulling out some smaller scraps to see what we can do with it. And collage it up a little bit more, maybe. Seeing if that doesn't look bad. So let's see what we can do with some of these scraps we pulled out. Because I don't think I want this whole thing. So I'm gonna, sometimes what I do is I just put the glue. Yep, my board's gonna get gluey. I really need to just go to any store and find an old magazine, doesn't matter the magazine, just so I can use it. But I don't think I want that down first. I think I want, oops, this down first. Yep, and before I do that, I want to take, did I bring my ink pad? I need to get ink in my pads again. I should have had them all upside down while I was gone, but I didn't think about that. I knew I was going home for a while, but so much happened. I don't know what craziness happened, and because this is the great thing, I'll just go along and cut it after. It is supposed to be not thinking so much and just doing. Oh, I had this really nice small little edge piece. It was really tiny. And I was first going to throw it out. Very, very tiny. Very, very tiny. Here it is. Here it is. I'm thinking I might add that along. No, I don't like it. This, I think. I don't want that part. Just so I can see how it's going to look. If I do this, I might want to edge it up a bit. And sometimes I'm not fully gluing it, so I can see which way I want to go with it. Not big enough. Problem is I didn't collage much up there. So I might need to, that's okay. I know what I'll do up there to add something. Too far. It's too, it's not screaming at me, guys. It's not screaming at me. None of it's screaming at me. So I'm going to pull something neutral out. Well, it's not really neutral. Hi, Pika. Pika's here, guys. Move your booty. Yep. I'm going to do something really out of the box. Yes, baby. I know you're there. You're there. You are there. I know. I know. Move your booty. Move your booty. Oh, the box. Pika, pika, pika. She's just too much sometimes. I love her to death, but she's just too much sometimes. Yes, I know you're there, baby. I'm busy. I'm busy. Yeah, I know. I know. I want to start it at the same level. And see, don't, like, as you can see, I laid out the paper. Collaging, sometimes my collaging comes together really well, and other times I feel like it just, and I went back to using a lot of the same. I'm envious of people that can put any random paper down and make it look good. I have a hard time thinking out of the box. I'm very much similar color tone type person, so it's sometimes really hard for me to. I moved the basket and almost forgot I did. So there we go. And do I have a corner rounder? You can do this several ways that you want. I don't know where my corner rounder is. I don't know where my itty bitty one is. Oh, here we go. You could do a tag top if you want on it. You can leave it square if you want to. Sometimes I like just a nice, I have my little one that I got from Temu. It's cute, but it's very thin paper only. Goodbye, Pika. Now, long tags are a challenge for me, okay, guys? Finding images for the length. But a lot of times lately, I've been just leaving like this and putting it in my tag box. And then depending on if I'm doing a more nature one, I might want to do a die cut of one of the wildflowers or something. Or if I'm doing it more shabby chic, and I maybe want a lady, or, you know. So a lot of times that's how I'll leave it. Just, and, you know, if she was a little bit thinner, and sometimes I'll make things up, and like you could put something like that, but it takes all that nice collaging you did away when you use a long image like that. I'm only going to show you a couple things because I'm going to, and then you can also, if you have a label, you could add a label into this as well, different things like that. When you put your picture on, you can also add your words in it. So, but I leave it like this. This is technically ready to go. I will decide, depending on the type of pocket, where it's going to go. And that will just go in my tag box, which at the moment is over on the other side. Here, I'll just show you. I'll put it in. My tag box is a little messy because I was rummaging through it. And this is also great for Happy Mail. I've been like going through it and finding it. That's why there's some out of place that I got to put. So then I'll just decide I'm putting this in my collaged section. So I'll just put it in my box. Sometimes I have them decorated and ready to go because it just came together that way very nicely when I was doing it. Oh, that shouldn't even be in there. Right? So sometimes they're in there decorated. And I have different ones. Sometimes I've just got music and I don't know why this is sitting there. And I just categorize, if you want to know my categories, I have shabby chic. I have clusters, meaning I kind of did a cluster effect on them. with a cluster. So that's what those are. Then I have floral, so different floral things. And as you can see, I thought she was nice, so I left her there. So if I decide to use her. And sometimes they're floral with a bit of collage, but it's mainly floral, so I put it in there. Then I have the collaged. Then I have book pages, music pages, and then I have, I have to change the thing. Then I have just blank tags, where some of that paper, if I decide, I might just cut up and put into there. So that is that side. And the other side, I have ones that are digitals, things that I just call anything like this a document. Just, it makes it easier. So I have those sitting in there. My steampunk. Then I have stamped, so tags that I might have did some stamping on it. I have them in there as well. Then I have some nature ones. So this was a collage, but I would put it more in nature or natural. Textured, so things that I've done different types of textures on it. And then I do scrapbooking. So those are just my categories I have right now in my tags. And so I just put them in there, and when I need a tag, or if I'm putting Happy Mail together, I'll go in there and see what I can find as well. Sometimes also helps when maybe we're doing, I don't know what to call it right now. My thoughts just left my brain. So that's just what I do. So a lot of my tags, I'll just collage them, especially right now when you're trying to maybe clear up some stuff off your desk. I'm going to pull out this paper. It's really not cut well. It really is badly done. So let's see what we can do to straighten this off. Let's see if I can get it straight. And two ways I can do this. Again, it could be a long skinny one. But in this case, I'm thinking I am going to cut it in half and make a few smaller ones. Pika, what you got, baby girl? Show me. She likes to carry things almost like a dog. If you hear me bounce a lot, it's because I slide out of this chair. And when I was away, my legs and back didn't hurt as much as they do. And I've been home 2 days, and my legs and back are so sore. So that I think it's this chair. Because I spend all day in this chair, other than like when I get up to go somewhere. I watch TV in this chair. I do my fussy cutting. Everything is done in this chair. I'm just going to do this. I have to sweep it up off my floor. I'm in the middle of sweeping my floor. So I've got two smaller ones now. And I think they're still a little off, but that's okay. This one seems a little off. I'm just going to straighten it a bit. Probably didn't matter much, because sometimes how I make my top is I fold it. I do it before I cover it. That way the little bit of a crease, and I just do that. I have to do that nice thing a lot of the ladies have with the credit card. I need to make one of those. Pika, bring it here, please, before you drive Andre crazy. And there's nothing wrong with going very neutral and keeping some neutrals, and that's what I'm going to do with these. So I'm going to do some neutral ones. Because, well, I'm going to do most of this. I wished I had a piece of book page, but I don't. So I'm going to carefully glue so I don't really... Sometimes I glue the center and then I'll lift it. and glue the edge. This glue is very sticky, sticky. Very sticky. And I'm just gonna take that. Like I said, I'm just trying to get some of this stuff cleared up. So I'm not trying to overthink it. And nothing says you have to cover the back. I know somebody asked me why I always cover the back. It's just my preference. Some people will just ink that and leave it the way it is. I just like the back done. It's just when I first started out, I didn't do that, but it's something I do now. And each to their own. You can even not cover it till you use it. It's all up to you, but I like to be almost to where I just going to put a, I gotta put my glasses down so I can see. There we go. It's nice and simple, but there's ways of taking this. I could take a piece of really pretty washi tape and add it in there, which is, I kind of like that washi tape with it. I don't use these colors much, but again, it could be Happy Mail. It could be go in a bundle of tags I sell, but I really like this washi tape. It's very pretty. And there, you just added a bit of color with a piece of washi tape. Simple, it's done. I'm going to do the back. I don't know if I have a piece of blank paper big enough. I'm just trying to use up some of these scraps. So if I have a big piece in the back of this, but I don't think that's big enough. Oh, not quite. Blah, blah, blah. Close, but no cigar. Close, but no cigar. Jump over here. So I'm telling you, I have scraps everywhere. Scraps and more scraps. And I really, I'm to the point where I kind of almost want to throw them away because I'm just overwhelmed with them now. And they're overtaking me. And I just can't almost deal with them anymore. Perfect. Oh no, that's good for, never mind. I'm terrible. Terrible, terrible, terrible. See how like this, I have this nice tie tag in my scraps, and I don't know why. And I found more in my scraps. They shouldn't be in my scraps. It's because probably at the time I was trying to clean up a space. Even though this, but it doesn't really suit it. I'm so much about my back of my paper kind of going along with what I'm doing on the front. I just think it looks nice when it, especially when you go to put it in a journal. Okay. Like I said, I am so tired of scraps. Tired of scraps. You know what? Perfect. That's what we're going to do. Perfect. I think it'll just fit on there. Yep. And I'm not going to pull my tag box back out to put it all away. And I think like these I can put in my blank tag section, even the tea-dyed one. I necessarily don't have to decorate them all. A little bit more glue there. sooner or later, I gotta buy a timer tonight while I'm out so that I can hit a timer. So, especially when it gets to like 45 minutes, then I know to wind down. Now, you'll notice sometimes when you're doing this, white tags especially, now I didn't trim this up really well, will show white. It's just the way they are, because you really can't cover the side of them. So a good inking really helps with that. And even if you don't want to really ink the paper, just doing it like this will help with the white edges showing. See, if I tip, you'll see, I don't know if you can see that, but there's a lot of white, but it also might be because I didn't trim it enough. Yep, I did. Because I can feel the hard cardstock. So just go in with your thing, and there you go. Almost didn't do the bottom. But I find paper bag looks nice anyways when you ink it up. It's still really showing a lot of white. And I don't know why. But anyways, there we go. There, voila, another one done. Let me just stand up, check the time, see wherever you can go. See, I have this one. It's ready to go in its tag box. I got these other little ones sitting here to be done. And if you don't know if you want it corner round or if you want it square or if you're going to want to do the angled, just put it in square. I'm just looking at my time, guys. We're at 42 minutes already, and I feel like we didn't even do anything. I wish sometimes I could just sit here and craft forever. That's why I like lives. I'm probably going to do a live later in Junk Journal Craft and Chat. I don't know how long the live will go. It's going to be later once everybody's in bed in this house, and just do a live. Now I had sometimes, you know, you don't have to collage everything. It can be a very straightforward paper. And I kind of want to make sure that rose is on there, but I got to make sure. But in this case, like, Pika, you little rascal, go away. You little rascal. I'm thinking maybe I want to leave a little of that white. And I might put just something peeking from under that. Just a little something. Just. I ate lunch, but I'm very hungry. I make this funny thing. I enjoy it. I just boiled some noodles, and then I butter them, and then I take a bit of sour cream and a little bit of salsa and throw it in and eat it like that. And I enjoy that. Aha, here's a good. I have it there for a cluster, but that's okay. We'll just put that in there. Take the paper clip off, and because I just want a little touch of that. Just a little touch. I don't know why, I just want a little peekaboo. I just want a little peekaboo. Just a little something different. That's what I want. Just like that. Hey. No. When she wants her attention, she doesn't get it. She starts to like knock my papers. Sometimes she'll claw me, but she knows when she starts fumbling with my papers. And because I put a sweater on today, so I got long sleeves on, so she can't get to me as easily. So I want to put that as close as possible there, and I want to make sure I go down there. You know, I'm trying to be a little more creative. We'll see if that works. this way first. Oh, it's not as much of a peekaboo as I thought it would be. Oh, but I can tear it a little bit more and make it more of a peekaboo. Yes, I can. There we go. Yeah, I can do that. And because wherever the music paper is, I didn't really put glue on it, so we have to do that. There, I just want that. I just like that. And then we got little paper, little scraps again. I don't know, but I kind of like it. I like it. That's all that matters, right? There we go. We're going to cover the back of it after. We're going to cover a few more of these. As you can see, I'm not really overthinking it because I really am trying to, you know, use up papers. I don't want to glue. I kind of want this. And then, like, I have these that are I printed on paper. I'm going to see if I can use one of these on here. I'm going to obviously lose some of it. But all the reason I'm doing it like that is to see what we can do. I think what I thought when I printed these, I thought I had my cardstock in and I didn't. That's like, I didn't waste it. I can do other things with it. Right, Pika? Right, pretty girl? We're supposed to go out grocery shopping tonight, and you know what's funny? I don't feel like really doing anything tonight. You know what? This is going to be just a touch too long. And I'm going to glue the back of this. There we go. Do I have, I just want to, sometimes with cardstock, you need to press those edges down. But I don't think I have enough glue right there. Corners are me. But, I mean, if you miss a corner, it's easy fix, right? So we took that tag, of course. And it did have a hole where, but I don't think you'll see that when I punch a hole in it or do whatever I want to do to it. And it's not really the straightest either. Probably should have straightened that card out before I did it. There we go. That's a little bit better. And this time I forgot. I am going to take this. I'm going to make my things. Now I've got to kind of straighten it up because I creased it. Because you don't have to see me cover the back of these. You know how it's done. So that's why I'm kind of just doing some front. I was thinking I would have some where I could make journal cards, but I haven't had anything big enough so far. And again, it has a bit of the white, but I think once I ink it, that white isn't even going to show. And again, if you want, you can add a little collage into that. You could pull in a little piece of pink if you like. You could just put a little edge in. You could make it a little wider if you want it to. Let's see if I've got something. Right, so depending on how wide you want it to go, but I think sometimes with these, just a touch is really nice. And just add a little strip there. Again, pull out your washi tape. Many of us have a bunch of washi tape, and you know, pull out any color. Like I could pull out this nice black to keep it very neutral if I wanted to. I have this nice peach, but you can leave that till at the time, so depending on your journal, right? I just wanted, the reason I did that is just to show you that that little white doesn't matter. And there we go. Easy peasy, done. Okay, and I have a lot of those. So as I go, I might cut them out and then just glue them onto some cardstock. And again, if you get some of this, don't be afraid that you have to cover it. If you don't want to, like you can easily have some blank just on hand. Right? Like nothing says that I have to right now. I could throw that in my tag box like that and worry about the scraps more than something like that. This was just because I think I made some tags to use in something, and these were the kind of the leftover ones that I didn't use. All right, so I just, and the thing is here, what I was hoping, but I don't think this will round, I was going to leave that round and then just add my own round. Done. And like they can, instead of me going, oh, I got to get those done, all this, I got so much to do, instead of leaving it as scraps, go ahead, like this one I might be more apt to finish because it's got this part on it. So I might go ahead, right, and this is not straight at all. At all. So let's get that out. Because I have so much here that there's no way I can get it all done. And I think that's what I've got to do. Instead of trying to oh, sometimes my cutter does not like it if it does not like this. I'm going to have to do this and then try it again. So it's going to become really short. No, my cutter does not want to cut this. That's because I need a new blade, guys. And I've got it. I'm going to order one when I get off. Hopefully I got that a little bit straighter. Feels a little bit straighter. And this is why my paper's like this. It's because my cutter, my blade is too dull. And that looks pretty straight. Now this has a corner rounded on it, but I don't want it corner round. I've got some. So when I fold it and cut it, I'll be okay. There we go. And then also you could do, if you know you have some projects coming up that, okay, I'm going to be doing a lot of shabby chic in the pinks. Pull out all your shabby chic's paper and just do a bunch, you know, if you're trying to, if you have scraps, go through and find like that. I'm going to go ahead and cover this one. And I'm thinking, do I want to cover that whole thing in one wallpaper? Sometimes with this wallpaper, I have a hard time decorating it because it's got such a beautiful flower on it. I have a hard time with it. I'm going to be honest. I have a very hard time with it. And I want to see something. I don't know what I was doing with this, why I put all kinds of different papers. I think I was trying to create something, and I can't remember what I was going to use it for. And since I can't remember, I'm going to see. Now again, I think this might make a nice journal card the way it is, because it doesn't quite fit that. So I'm going to leave that. We'll make a journal card out of that. I'll put a couple, maybe a couple little butterflies on it and be done with it. This one is too thin, I know that. And that's what I really want to use up some of these, because like I said, see, look, I have, this is another scrappy pad. Won't have time to finish that, but maybe when I pull on later. I'll lose her. It's too light because you can see the lines through. I'm trying to see if I have something that's not, I have so much floral, so I'm trying to see. You know what? I have this book page because I think I'm going to end up doing that with, I might pull it over a bit more. I know. I had an idea and I lost it. Look, I have another scrap here. I had an idea and it lost my brain. I'm wondering if a piece of embossed paper. I think it's too heavy. Okay. But I know what I'll do. Just want to cut that straight because it's got that. I think I'll do that. Some of that will be covered, but I don't care. Not much showing of it, and I want a little bit more, but I'm thinking, trying to get the flowers. I want these flowers, but I don't have it long enough that if I moved this over to get more of it, I have this. But sorry guys, I hope I'm in focus. I just realized that I didn't check that. I'll move that up. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. We are going to take a small piece of this. Maybe I should have made it a little wider. We're going to do this. This is the thickest piece. So we're going to bring it like that. So all I'm going to do is glue it first. I'm not worried if it overlaps to the bottom. I think it'll look good. Hopefully you can see where I'm going with this. I'm just going to tear it here. Okay, that fits perfectly there. And then I don't think I want as much as this poking out, but I'll use these in other places. That's probably why I have so many scraps, because I keep saying, oh, I'll use that somewhere else. Oh, I'll use that somewhere else. I'm trying to make sure I get that